Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of BTT6. Let's continue the towers tutorials and guides. Still primary towers, the ice monkey. I have deactivated monkey knowledge and I'm gonna show you here a sandbox in another map because I'm gonna show you also a secret interaction of this tower. Generally speaking, this tower base cost is going to be a little more than 2.5 times actually the cost of that monkey. The general description here says that it's going to pop and freeze nearby balloons for a short time. So these balloons that are frozen are immune to sharp damage. So darts and tacks and shurikens cannot pop these balloons. And this tower cannot freeze, so pop white balloons, zebras, or lad balloons. So that's a lot of information going on. The range of this ice tower is actually the smallest in the game. It's even shorter and smaller than the range of a base attack shooter. So as it was for the attack shooter, this tower normally is best placed close to corners or U-turns or like 90 degrees turns, so that you can exploit more parts of the path and you can have the tower being more useful. Now, the fact that frozen balloons are immune to sharp damage is an important factor because of the fact that balloons are gonna stay, depending on the upgrades that you get, but normally just a 000 ice tower is gonna freeze the balloon for quite a long time. So in this case here I have 40, I'm gonna spawn 40 blue balloons. You can see that I'm gonna pop one layer and the balloons are gonna stay frozen for like 2 seconds. So in those 2 seconds, in this case these red balloons will not be able to be popped by a ninja or by any other tower with darts or by attack shooter and so on. So you can still pop frozen balloons with if you have an MIB village, or if you have like explosives or like laser, like a magic attack like the wizard. An alchemist also I think can pop frozen balloons. Probably the druid. I think the druid cannot pop frozen balloons. You unlock frozen balloons popping power with the first upgrade. So yeah, generally all the towers that are gonna throw like sharp projectiles are not gonna be able to pop frozen balloons, unless of course they have a specific upgrade like it was for the druid, or like it is for the boomerang right here, or if you have an MIB village. Now, general aspects of this tower other than the cost is the very small range, as I said. Then the piercing is capped at 40, so that's why I popped 40 balloons. If I here place all these balloons on top of one another, you can see that all these balloons are gonna be all frozen at the same time. So 40 is the cap piercing. If I'm gonna spawn now 41 balloons, you can see that one is gonna sneak through. Alright. Attack speed is very slow, and the damage is 1 layer. So you need to remember that the attack speed is very slow because for fast balloons like pinks, they're gonna be able to sneak through pretty easily. So depending on where exactly you have the tower placed and how good the position is, you're gonna be able to attack them maybe once or twice. So yeah, remember that. Now quickly looking at the special abilities, so being able to detect camo and pop lad balloons. You cannot detect camo in any way with this tower, not even with the 5th upgrade, but you can pop camos with the 4th and with the 5th upgrade using the activity ability. So like it was for the attack shooter, like in the 5th upgrade, in the first 3, with the meteor of the Inferno Ring, that in that way you were able to pop camo balloons. This is exactly the same, but this time it's an activity ability. So if I have camos, just one here though, and one here as well, and I spawn, for example, a rainbow balloon, the camos are not going to be affected by the area of slow. And if I use here the activity ability, you can see that the rainbow is gonna pop into 2 zebras. Now, zebras and white bloons are immune to the activity ability of the 4th upgrade, but they're gonna be able to be popped by the activity ability of the 5th upgrade. And they're gonna also stay frozen longer. Alright, so that's what changes between the two upgrades. But it's not really a reliable way to pop camos because of the fact that once you use the ability, then it's gonna go on cooldown, and then you cannot pop camos in any other way. So you're gonna need 100% the village to be able to detect and pop camo bloons. And now talking about instead lat popping power, so another special ability. You have a direct upgrade that can make the ice tower able to pop lat bloons. That is this one, the second one in the top 3. Or again, you can pop lat bloons with the activity abilities in the 4th and the 5th upgrade. This time, having there is gonna be no difference between the upgrades. So with the 4th upgrade, you're gonna be able to pop lats right off, and you can even pop here camo lats. So that's the weird thing, that for example a camo lat bloon, you're gonna be able to pop the lat layer with the 4th upgrade activated ability, see? But you cannot pop zebras and white bloons. Instead, with the 5th upgrade, you can pop lat bloons, and you can also pop zebras and the white bloons. So that's the only difference. Now talking about the cost generally for the first 2 upgrades is quite low. Then it's gonna become a little higher for the 3rd upgrade. Then for the 4th upgrade, it's pretty weird because it becomes higher in the top 3, then it becomes less expensive in the middle 3, and then it stays the same in the bottom 3. And then 5th upgrades are gonna be quite cheap as well. So 30k, 26k, 30k, not really that expensive or compared to other upgrades. And also again, another thing worth notice is the fact that the 3rd upgrade in the military is going to be quite expensive, and then the 4th upgrade is cheaper. So this is very uncommon. Normally it's the other way around, so you have a 4th upgrade being more expensive than the 3rd one. But yeah, this is something. And then I wanted to show you, before going into my best tips for this tower, I wanted to show you the secret interaction going on with the 3rd upgrade in the middle path, so with the Arctic Wind. The description says a super cold aura that is gonna slow bloons that come near it, and this is exactly the same as it was in BTD 5. But the main difference is that now if you place the ice tower close to a water surface, normally here you can see land towers cannot be placed on top of water, of course, but if you get the upgrade now, it seems that the area becomes so cold that the water freezes. So now look at this, I can place in range of the ice tower, I can place land towers on top of the water, and you can see like a nice platform creating underneath the tower that I've placed on top of the water. And yeah, this is very nice because in some maps, if you want to place land towers on top of water, and for example in chimps, you cannot use powers, so you cannot place a pontoon, but you can use this secret interaction to actually freeze the water with the ice tower, and then you can place all the land towers that you want, of course, up until they are in range. So for example here, even if I could place that monkey, because the aura is not long enough, I can't. But if I get it a little closer, then here I can. Of course, if you sell the ice tower that is creating this super cold aura and is freezing the water, if you sell it, all the towers that were placed on top of the ice platform are gonna be automatically sold. And you can increase this range of freezing pretty simple by getting the 1st upgrade in the bottom 3, or just by getting the 4th upgrade and the 5th upgrade. So the range becomes progressively larger as you get more upgrades. So for example here, of course the slow also area is much larger, so it's better because in this way you're slowing more balloons, but at the same time you're creating more and more room on top of the water to place land towers. And don't get me wrong, the water is not permanently frozen, because here you can still place water towers, but you can also place land towers. So that's the main difference. So you can place both of them. And yeah, that was the thing that I wanted to show you because it's a secret interaction. I learned it just recently, so not a long time ago. And yeah, it's something that definitely can be used in some harder maps, like I'm gonna show you in after I do some advanced gameplays. Then giving you my best tips and what is the best upgrade to get and so on. Well, overall I think the Icicle Impel beats them all because of the fact that you're gonna be able to slow down mobs, damage them, freeze them, and do huge damage. So you have damage on mob class balloons, you have a slow, you have everything that is useful, and also the upgrade is not that expensive, so you can unlock it pretty early in the gameplay, and then you can get other towers to support the ice tower, and you can buff directly the ice tower with a village, with a primary training village, with an alchemist, and so on. So overall, the Icicle Impel, so a 0 to 5 though tower, so not 205 but 0 to 5 is the best that you can get, because also you're unlocking more attack speed and longer freeze with the first upgrade, and then you're unlocking a freeze through 2 layers. So definitely 0 to 5 Icicle Impel much better than the 205. And here just spawning here, for example, mob. So you can see that the mob layer is destroyed super fast, and then you just deal with the rest of the balloons just like that. The 5th upgrade, you can pop zebras and white balloons as well. Now I didn't say it, but of course with all the 5th upgrades you're gonna be able to pop white balloons and zebras. So it's not that you have this white and zebra weakness forever, alright? And so Icicle Impel, first position. Then I think second position comes the Arctic Wind, and then right off the Snowstorm. Because of the fact that the Snowstorm is that cheap, after you get the Arctic Wind, normally you always gonna get at least the 4th upgrade right off. And this is useful for 2 main reasons. Well, first of all, because you're gonna have this slow area around the ice tower that's gonna slow down the balloons, so it's utility for your other towers to attack them. Snowstorm is quite cheap, so you can unlock it right off. Now the area is larger, and you have also an activity ability that you can use in hard rounds to like slow down mobs, to freeze them. And then of course getting 042 ice tower I think is the best to go, because you're unlocking a larger range, and you're also you can refreeze balloons. Now with this upgrade, even with I think even with a 032 ice tower, you can perma freeze up to 40 super swarms. So here round 81 super swarms, if I spawn 40 of them, I'm slowing them and I'm stunning. So see here that I'm freezing them and I'm keeping them frozen here. So this is a perma freeze. So this is quite nice, because in this way you can allow your cooldowns to come back. You can pop the balloons. I mean, this strategy is used hugely in many advanced maps, especially like expert maps, to be able to achieve and beat chimps. And yes, it is quite long, takes a lot, but it's actually pretty efficient. Even without the cold aura, just a 022 ice tower is pretty efficient at doing so. I think here some ceramics are gonna sneak through just because of the fact that I'm not slowing them. And here, yeah, 10 ceramics sneaking through, but you can see that the other 30 are kept. under the range of this ice tower. So again, same principle of holding, stalling the ceramics, giving time for your abilities to recharge, and so on. So definitely Arctic Wind and Snowstorm coming in second. Then as it is for the top path, I mean, if you need to pop Lead Bloons with the Ice Tower, of course you're gonna go with this upgrade. But then Ice Shards is not as efficient as it was in BTD5. And also then in Britman and Super Brittle, I've never used them that much. But the main thing is the fact that the range stays the same, so the range does not become larger. So see here, even third, fourth, and fifth upgrade, still the range is so small, then you can apply very smallly this increased damage. Of course, you can buff it with a village, with an alchemist, but still the range is, I think, it's just too small. You can make it a little larger by unlocking here the bottom two upgrades. But I think it's just better to get instead the 520, because in that way you have more attack speed and you can freeze through 2 layers. So I think it's better to go with the 520 upgrade than the 502. But despite that, yeah, Super Brittle, I don't know. I've never really used it, so I don't know. But yeah, that was my tutorial, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.